Hello guys, I am Engineer Muhammad Adnan Khan and you are watching my YouTube channel Being Engineer. This is the part 4 of 100 most important and repeated MCQs for civil engineers and sub-engineers. These MCQs are equally important for sub-engineers and engineers. The link of part 1, part 2 and part 3 are given in the description. Please go through these MCQs. These MCQs will definitely help you out in competitive exams in different departments. These MCQs are collected from different previous tests conducted for junior engineers, executive engineers, assistant executive engineers, road inspectors, etc. So let's get started. Question number 51. Principal planes are subjected to option A, normal stresses only, B, tangential stresses only, both A and B, and option D, none of these. The right choice for this question is A, normal stresses only. Principal planes are subjected to normal stresses only. Next question. A wooden block hinged on post outside a door is known as option A, stop, B, horn, C, cleat, D, none of these. The right option is option C, cleat. Cleat is a wooden block hinged on post outside a door. 53. Rise of water table in cohesionless soils up to ground surface reduces the net ultimate bearing capacity approximately by option A, 25%, B, 50%, C, 75%, D, 90%. The right answer is 50%. The rise of water table in cohesionless soil up to ground surface reduces the net ultimate bearing capacity approximately by 50%. Option B is the correct option. 54. Weep holes are provided in retaining and breast walls. Option A, to drain off the water from the filling. B, to ventilate the stone masonry. C, to add aesthetics. D, to increase the compaction of the earth retained. The right answer is option A, to drain off the water from the filling. Weep holes are provided to drain off the water from the filling on the back side of the retaining or breast wall. 55. The triangular space formed between the extrados and the horizontal line drawn through the crown of an arc is known as option A, spandrel, B, haunch, number C, voussoirs, D, skew-backs. As you can see in this picture, this line is called as extrados. The upper part of arc is called as extrados, and this part, the highest point of the arc, is called as crown, and this triangular space formed between the horizontal line and the extrados is called as spandrel. This space is called as spandrel. So the right option for this is option A, spandrel. 56. Sum of tread and rise must lies between option A, 300 to 350 mm, 400 to 450, 500 to 550, 600 to 650. The right option is option B, 400 to 450 mm. The weight of a body is due to centripetal force. Option B, gravitational pull exerted by the earth. C, force of attraction experienced by particles. Option D, gravitational force of attraction towards the center of the earth. It is understood that every body is attracted toward the center of earth due to gravitational force. So the right answer for this question is gravitational force of attraction towards the center of earth. Degree of consolidation is directly proportional to time and inversely proportional to drainage path. B, directly proportional to time and inversely proportional to square of drainage path. C, directly proportional to drainage path and inversely proportional to time. Option D, directly proportional to square of drainage path and inversely proportional to time. The right option is option B, directly proportional to time and inversely proportional to square of drainage path. 59. If the natural water content of soil mass lies between its liquid limit and plastic limit, the soil mass is said to be in Option A, liquid state. B, plastic state. C, semi-solid state. D, solid state. The right option is plastic state. If the natural water content of soil mass lies between its liquid limit and plastic limit, the soil mass is said to be in plastic state. Question number 60. Which of the following method is more suitable for the determination of permeability of clay soil? For clay soil, option A, falling head method. B, horizontal permeability test. C, constant head test. D, none of these. The right option is falling head method. Falling head method is more suitable for determination of permeability of clay soils. 61. If the water content of fully saturated soil mass is 100%, then the voids ratio of the sample is option A, equal to specific gravity of soil, greater than specific gravity of soil, less than specific gravity of soil. Option D, independent of specific gravity of soil. The right option is option A, equal to specific gravity of soil. 62. Unconfined compressive strength test is option A, undrained test, drain test, consolidated undrained test. D, consolidated drain test. The right option is option A, undrained test. 63. How many types of cracks can occur in a building? Option A, 2, 4, 3, 6. The right option is 2. 2 types of cracks can occur in a building. Which are these cracks? One is non-moving and number 2 is moving. There are 2 types of cracks that can occur in a building. Non-moving cracks are usually shallow cracks and are the result of shrinkage, and these are not of much concern, whereas moving cracks are wider and are caused due to excessive stress in concrete. So the right option is option A, 2 types of cracks can occur in a building. 64. Creep in concrete structure increases with option A, increase in water, B, increase in temperature, C, increase in humidity, D, decrease in humidity. The right option is option D, decrease in humidity. Because creep is a small deformation that forms due to concrete loading, which is caused due to increase in temperature and decrease in humidity. 65. To control corrosion, concrete with dash is used. Option A, low permeability, low thermal coefficient, more cement content, more coarse aggregate. The right option is option A, low permeability. To control corrosion, concrete with low permeability is used. Less permeability leads to less chance of moisture. Chemical absorption, which is the factor for corrosion of steel bars. Number 66. Shear cracks between the main wall and the cross wall can be corrected using option A, gunning, B, rebuilding, C, toothing, D, grouting. The right option is option C, toothing. Shear cracks between the main wall and the cross wall can be corrected by using toothing. 67. The slope of ramp should not be more than 1 in 35, 1 in 20, 1 in 15, 1 in 10. This slope should be minimum, so the right option is 1 in 15. Because ramps helps in easy passage for elderly and physically challenged occupants, the slope should be 1 in 15. The right option is option C. Which of the following is an example of semi-rigid DPC material? Damp-proof coarse material. Option A is stone, B, asphalt, C, cement concrete, D, plastic sheeting. The right answer is B, because it seems a little flexible. So the right option is asphalt. Asphalt is an example of semi-rigid material, whereas plastic sheeting is flexible material and cement concrete and stones are examples of rigid material. So the semi-rigid material is asphalt. Right option is B. PSC stands for option A, post-stressed concrete, B, post-strand concrete, C, pre-stressed concrete, D, pre-strand concrete. The right option is option C, pre-stressed concrete. 70. In an RCC structure, the tension zone lies in the option A bottom, B middle, C top, D side. Right option is bottom. The tension zone lies in the bottom. Right option is A. 71. In which beam tension capacity of steel is greater than combined capacity of steel and concrete? Option A over reinforced, B under reinforced, C doubly reinforced, and D singly reinforced. The right option is over reinforced. In over reinforced beam, tension capacity of steel is greater than combined capacity of steel and concrete. 72. The appearance of glossy patches on the painted surface is called option A flashing, B blooming, C running, and D blistering. These are the defects in painting, and the glossy surface that you see on the painted surface, these patches as you can see in this picture, are called as flashing. So the right option for this question is option A flashing. 73. Borrow pits should preferably be located in option A field on the left side of the canal, field on the right side of the canal, fields on both sides of the canal, D central half width of the section of the canal. The right option is option D central half width of the section of the canal. 74. Irrigation canals are generally aligned along option A ridgeline, B contour line, C valley line, and D straight line. The right option for this question is A ridgeline. Irrigation canals are generally aligned along ridgeline. The last MCQs of this part is number 75. The length of a meander is the distance along the river between the tangent point of one curve to the tangent point of reverse curve, B next curve of the same order, C reverse curve plus the width of the river, D none of these. The right option for this is next curve of the same order. So meander is the distance along the river between the tangent point of one curve to the tangent point of next curve of the same order. That's all for today. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you can get my new and latest videos.